If you're a teacher, trainer, content creator, or any other creative whose ideas are scattered among 30 notebooks and 14 different apps and a quazillion post-its, I got you. If you're anything like me, it's been a struggle to get all your ideas stored and organized, and you're tired of missing out on capturing key learning moments and mistakes as they happen. That's how I've been feeling for a long time, so I took this idea of a story bank, courtesy of Pat Flynn, and I took it one step further and created an iPhone shortcut to document more information more quickly and in a consistent format. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can build and customize your own. First, we're going to create a place for all of our thoughts to go. So in the Notes app, we're going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it 0-storybank, the 0 so that it shows up at the top of my list of folders. And from there, we're going to exit Notes and go to Find Shortcuts. You'll click the plus at the top right to create a new shortcut, and we're going to change the name here to Storybank, and then you can hit done, and to the left of the name you can change the color and the picture of the icon, and I like the little picture of books here. So you click done, and now the fun begins. The search bar at the bottom is where you can find all of these actions that we're adding to our shortcut, and the first thing we want to do is ask for a text input, and the prompt is what the shortcut's going to ask you. So we're going to make it, what's the story? Now, I want an easy way to add hashtags that will help me sort through these and find what I'm looking for later when there's a ton of notes in that folder. So we're going to choose list, and for each item of this list, I'm going to add a hashtag that I know I'll be using quite often. And so it gives you 2 to start with, and I'm going to put in one for cooperative care here, another one for separation anxiety, and then you just click the little green plus sign as many times as you need to add as many hashtags as you'll be using. And you can always go back and add more. So we're going to want to be able to choose multiple items from this list. So we're going to add choose from list, click the drop down arrow and click select multiple. And then what comes next is going to be the actual format and the content that actually gets put into your note when you run this shortcut. So we're going to add a text box, and you can choose to play around with this and format this however you want. But just as an example, how we're going to do this is I'm going to put story colon, and then you can choose from that scroll menu above the keyboard. And if you click provided input, it's going to choose the text, the actual story that you typed in earlier. And I'm choosing to include the date and then a question prompt for when I later go back to flesh out these ideas. Now, all of the white text in this box is going to show up exactly the same in every note that I create with this shortcut. The blue text are variables that are going to be dependent on how you fill out the shortcut each time. Now, we want to include the tags that we chose from the list earlier. So we choose chosen item, and you can rename what this variable is called. So I'm going to click that and change the name to tags. Now, I like to give each of my notes a title, and so to do that in the shortcut, we're going to add another ask for input, and we're asking for text, and the prompt's going to be title. And you'll see at the bottom some suggested actions. We want to click set variable, and we're going to call this variable the note name, and the provided input is going to be the title that you entered. And we're going to rename that one also to note name. And then we want to search for the action called create a note. And this action is going to have a default of body as the first variable, but we want to change that to note name that we just created, and then choose the folder it's going to go into, which is our story bank. The next thing is we're going to add append to note, and we're going to change that generic text to the variable text that we typed in earlier, which was going to be the body, of course. You can end there, but I decided later that I wanted to be able to add photos as well. So I added a choose from menu with include a photo as the prompt, the options of no and yes. Under no, I didn't put anything, and your script will just end there. And under yes, I add take one photo with the back camera and append that photo to the note, and that's the end of your script. Now we need this easily accessible. So at the top, click the down arrow, choose add to home screen, and then you're going to click add at the top right, and it should show right up on your home screen. Now I'm going to show you an example of me running the script with my original shortcut. All I have to do is click the story bank icon and this little prompt shows up, and in that box I can type in as much or as little as I need to remind myself of the story later on. And when I'm finished typing, I click done, and the next box that shows up is going to ask me which hashtags I think are applicable to this story. Choose as many as you want, and then it'll ask me for the title, type one in and click done, and it'll create your note and add your text. And then if you want to add a photo, you can choose one, yes or no. This is me taking a photo of my little seedlings for this story. Once you've got your photo, you'll see a drop-down menu of notes. You click the one that you're adding it to, and then you've got everything all together to reference later.